I welcome you here to our final press conference for an event that's causing a big stir in the boxing community. As a world title fight, a great heavyweight fight, a tremendous undercard, and New York being New York, the people of New York have paid attention, and I'm very happy to announce that as I stand here, there are less than 50 tickets in the box office, so probably by the time this press conference is over, we'll be able to announce a sellout. And the only reason there are 50 tickets left is we had tickets on hold, which we've now put back into public sale, and those will go in the next couple of hours. So it's been a great, great success because you can't fool New Yorkers. New Yorkers know what a quality show is, and this is a quality event. Mikey Garcia defending his title against Burgos, terrific super featherweight match. Spilka against Jennings, great heavyweight fight, terrific young fighters on the undercard. This is a really good, enjoyable evening. And one thing that we did to make sure that this event sold out is we made it very affordable. The prices were very reasonable. We're very happy with the amount that we took in, but people could see this event for as little as $25, and I think that helped everything. And it's a pleasure now to introduce to you a man who helped make it all happen. He's the Executive Vice President of Madison Square Garden Sports. Please welcome our friend Joel Fisher. Joel.
Thanks, Bob, and thank you to everyone for being here today. I also want to thank B.B. King for hosting us today. Well, just like we did a year ago, almost a year today, we couldn't think of a better way to kick off 2014 than with a World Championship bout at Madison Square Garden with Mikey Garcia. It's just going to be a great night. It's also a great way to kick off Super Bowl week here in New York. There's a lot of great events, and this is a perfect way to kick off this week of a lot of exciting things going on in New York. Last January was an explosive night, and we're looking for another great night of boxing at the Garden on Saturday night. You know, I've said this, the Garden said this time and time again, but it's true. Madison Square Garden boxing is synonymous with championship fights and boxers who want to fight in the same place where the legends of the sport fought and left their blood, sweat, and tears in the ring. We have a rich history, boxing legacy, and that will be carried on Saturday night when all these fighters step into the famed Garden ring. I want to welcome all the fighters and wish them nothing but the best. Bob talked about it. Tickets are very scarce. Of the 50 seats that he's talking about, a number of them are singles. They'll be eaten up very quickly. So I really suggest anybody that's thinking of coming get their seats immediately. Speaking of Bob and all of Top Rank, Todd, Carl, Brad, Lee, Ricardo, Dina, I mean, there is just nobody in the business, with Leon too, there's just nobody in the business better to work with. You can see from the promotion of this, the fact that we're sold out, it's not only the boxing that's great matches, it's the event, the way they put the event on, the lighting, the music, everything. It's just going to be a great, entertaining night. Because we're sold out, you'll have an opportunity for the people that can't get the tickets, obviously, to be able to watch the fight on HBO. They always do. It's great to have Ken and Peter here. They do a great production all the time, and it's a thrill and an honor to be working with them again. So again, thank you for everybody for coming. We know this is going to be another great night of boxing at the Garden, and we really look forward to Saturday night. Thanks a lot.
I too would like to thank HBO for making this all possible. HBO as you know, is televising this event. It's the first of the year for HBO, and they wanted to get boxing off to a really good, fast start, and they chose this card, which will provide, in my opinion, great excitement for their viewers. And here representing HBO, please welcome Peter Nelson.
Thanks, Bob. I want to thank everyone in the press for braving the cold to be here. If anyone also just wants to join us on the dais here, we don't have enough people up here. So it's great to be able to start off our Boxing After Dark season with two such high-quality fights, with rising stars, and two fights where in one of them, the heavyweight bout between Brian Jennings and Artur Szpilka, you'll be able to see two fighters making their HBO debut. We're hoping to get two fights with four terrific performances out of them in two divisions that have a lot of activity that we believe is going to foster a great year in 2014 for us. There are a lot of people to thank. I'll try to be brief because there's obviously a lot of people here to talk, but Top Rank, the partnership in this fight has been tremendous. You can also see just by the number of people here that it was a cooperative effort, and everyone really worked together phenomenally to make this event come off. So thanks to Gary Shaw and Thompson Boxing and Artie Palullo and Leon Margulies. Putting all of these bouts together has really been a pleasure, and we look forward to a great event on Saturday night. It's always great to be at the MSG Theater. It's a storied venue, and I, for one, believe that whenever you go to a historic venue, the fighters themselves recognize that this is a part to make their mark and leave a piece of history in a storied place. And so the level of competition is always elevated, we find, and we can't wait to see it on Saturday night. It's a stacked card, top to bottom. Get there early, and we look forward to seeing you then. Thanks so much.
Thank you. I want to thank our sponsor, Tecate. Tecate sponsors all of our fights, not only the ones on HBO, but the ones on Unimas, and all the fight shows that we will be doing this year in China and Singapore. So Tecate has been a great supporter of boxing. They gave me a statement to read. Basically, it says they wish everybody well, and again, they are very proud to sponsor the sport of boxing. This card will be televised all over the world. I mean all over the world, from Russia to Latin America, Mexico, and also to my home country, China. They will be watching this fight because they're getting indoctrinated into boxing. And the fight program is not only the two fights that HBO will telecast, but fights involving some future stars, some very interesting fights. And we have here two young men who will be appearing on the card. One is from the great country of Puerto Rico, which has produced so many top fighters. Everybody says he is the next big star from Puerto Rico. We are happy to be able to promote him. He will be on the card on Saturday. I'd like him to come up here and say a few words. Please welcome Felix Verdeo.
Hello everybody. That's all my English for now. Nada, quiero agradecerle a Dios primero que nada por darnos esta oportunidad de estar aquí nuevamente.
I want to thank God for giving us the opportunity to be here once again.
Por a la compañía Torran por darnos la oportunidad de estar en esta gran cartelera de estos gran campeones.
I want to thank Top Rank for having me fighting this great card with these such great champions as Mikey Garcia.
Voy a representar dignamente mi patria, mi país, Puerto Rico, y darle alegría a mi país.
I'm going to represent proudly Puerto Rico, hopefully bring a lot of happiness to Puerto Rico, and do a great job.
Los invito este sábado 25 de enero a esta gran cartelera y que no se la pierda, se den cita para que vean lo que es boxeo.
I invite you this 25 to the card so you can see great boxing and what is Puerto Rican boxing.
De mi parte y los peleadores que van a estar en esa cartelera, que tengan una bonita tarde y que Dios los bendiga.
Have a good afternoon. God bless you all.
Another young man who will be appearing on the card. He's from New Jersey. He's a homeboy and a great amateur record. Please welcome Julian Rodriguez.
Hi, I want to thank Top Rank for this great opportunity on Saturday. I'm going to put on a great show for everybody, and this is just another step in my career, and I'm really blessed that Top Rank is moving me great. Thank you.
And finally, great favorite here in New York. He's appeared at Madison Square Garden numerous times. He's on the hunt now for a light heavyweight title. He's fighting Matt Vander on Saturday night. We were privileged to have him fight in Las Vegas on the Bradley Marquez card last October. Please welcome from Long Beach, Long Island, Shawnee Monahan.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I know it's cold out there. I'd like to thank Top Rank, and I'd like to thank my opponent, Matt Vander. Took the fight on short notice, and you don't see many guys with 60 fights still out there these days, so it's going to be a good, tough fight. But Madison Square Garden is my backyard, and I'm ready to do what I got to do. Thank you very much.
As Peter said, we have on this card, as part of the HBO telecast, a spectacular heavyweight championship match between Spilka and Jennings. The fight was made with the cooperation of two promotional entities, and I was going to call each promoter to introduce his respective fighter and the fighter's camp. So first, representing Team Spilka, please welcome a good friend from Florida, Leon Margolis. Leon.
Thank you, Bob. Thanks to all the media for being here. We're very proud to be part of the show at Madison Square Garden. Thank you, Joel Fisher. It's such a great room to work in. This is one of the great boxing rooms to watch a fight in the theater there. I want to thank Ken Hirschman and Peter Nelson for giving our young fighter the opportunity to fight on HBO. I want to thank Gary Shaw and Brian Jennings and his team for taking this challenge. We're very thrilled to be here. Artur Spilka is 24 years old, great amateur background, 16-0, 12 knockouts as a professional. There's never been a Polish world champion. We believe that he can be the first, Of course, he's got to beat Mr. Jennings, who's also undefeated, as on the way. I'd like to acknowledge the gentleman sitting to Mr. Spilka's left, Fedor Lapin, his trainer. You don't see him much on this side of the ocean, but when you do, he's always with a very talented and well-prepared fighter. He's truly one of the top trainers in Europe, if not the world. He's got Arthur ready. Arthur had a great camp, and we're just very excited to be part of this. I also want to thank my partners, Louis DeCubas, Peter Werner, Andrew Wasilewski, who are my promotional partners with all my Polish fighters. And I might as well bring up Mr. Spilka, and he'll come with a translator. But he's thrilled to be here. I know he can't wait to fight. He keeps telling me that. Ladies and gentlemen, the record of 16-12 knockouts from Poland, Artur Spilka.
Hi everybody, my English is not good, but I try. I'm so happy because I am here. I thank you HBO, thank you Leo, thank you Garcia, thank you Jennings. I'm ready this fight. I know I knock him out, you know, because I was hard work, you know. I can't wait. This will be good war. Thank you, that's all.
I'll translate that into Polish. Now it's time for Team Jennings to take the spotlight, and I want to welcome the promoter for Team Jennings, Gary Shaw, who will introduce the Jennings camp, and of course the fighter. Gary.
Thank you, Bob. I don't want to thank anyone. On a serious note, obviously everybody's been thanked, and there's no sense reiterating what everybody said. However, I do want to acknowledge the manager of our team, James Prince, and my promotional partner, Antonio Leonard. We had the same team with Diego Perales and shared great success, and we're going to share the great success with Brian Jennings as well. The heavyweight division, there's a saying, as the heavyweights go, so does boxing. And there hasn't been some American heavyweights to take over the reins of where the American heavyweight boxing scene used to be. I respect Leon saying that Spilka wants to be the first Polish heavyweight world champion. I know Adamek very well. I know Galata very well. Worked with Galata. A lot of respect for Adamek and Ziggy Rozalski. But that heavyweight championship will not come at the expense of Brian Jennings. It'll have to be a different route. Brian is a special fighter inside the ring and outside the ring. And he trains hard, he's dedicated to the sport. And he's going to show on Saturday night what an American heavyweight should look like. Before I bring him up, I just want to acknowledge one other thing. On Burgos' side, you have two of my very closest friends in Marty Blulu and Alice Campanova. And on my right side, I believe Garcia is the future star of boxing. I think he is a spectacular fighter. And I don't see this as going the way for Burgos on Saturday night, but I hope on your way to 135 you'll stop and fight Night. I have a real test for you. So without further ado, I want to bring up what I perceive is the next American heavyweight champion of the world from Philadelphia, the Philadelphia fighter fighting the Polish fighter, Brian Jennings.
Good afternoon, everybody. That was a good presentation, Bob, Gary. Thank you, Gary. I would like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I would like to thank everybody in the attendance, everybody who's going to be at the fight. I'd like to thank the promoter, Top Rank. I'd like to thank my promoter, Gary Shaw, all of the fighters that's on the card, everybody who represents each of the fighters, all the fans, everybody across the world, all the haters, the lovers, everybody. Come January 25th, which is this Saturday, you're definitely gonna see a complete fighter. I don't really talk a lot of smack, but best believe I'm gonna do what I got to do, and I'm gonna put that work in. I don't look for no knockouts. Like I said before, that's kind of childish to me. We in a boxing sport that lacks talent, and you have to show talent, and talent is gonna show on January 25th. I'd like to thank Spoka for taking the opportunity to think that he can beat me and fight me on January 25th, which is this Saturday. Don't forget that, at Madison Square Garden. Just know I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever. I prepared 8 weeks for this. I stay in shape. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna do what I do best, and hopefully grasp the eyes, the attention, the love, the hearts, everything of everybody in attendance, and whoever can see me, whoever can hear me. You want to hear my punches. You want to see my punches. You want to feel my punches. Everybody is going to love me. Here I am, the next heavyweight champion of the world, Brian Jennings.
The 130-pound WBO title, which is at stake on Saturday night, looks to be a great, great battle. We've had Juan Carlos Burgos on a number of our shows. He's a very, very exciting fighter, always gives a great performance. And of course, we have presented on innumerable occasions Mikey Garcia, and you know the kind of class fighter Mikey is. So this should be a great fight. And now it's a pleasure to call to the microphone to introduce Team Burgos, good friend of mine, the head of Banner Promotions, Artie Palooka.
Thanks, Bob. First, I'd just like to say, Gary, I know we're good friends, but I believe you're 100% wrong. I'm glad you gave us a vote of confidence in the fight. But we made the bout with Bob and Mikey Garcia, and we were here a year ago when we had a draw with Martinez, and it's a fight that most of the fans and the reporters and we all believe we won the fight. After the fight, talked to Bob, talked to the WBO Paco, and we were able to make this match after Mikey went up to 130. It's a great fight, like Bob said. And Juan Carlos knows what he has in front of him. He's a very good fighter. He's a formidable man. But at the end of the day, we make the match because these are world title fights and we believe we can win it. And I want to thank HBO for putting it back on. It's going to be a great show. As usual, Top Rank does a very good job and with their machine putting the business out. I now want to introduce my partner and my friend Alex Campanova to introduce Juan Carlos. But I want to thank everybody for coming. Thanks for the opportunity. And it's going to be a great show. Thank you.
Thank you, Artie. Everybody has thanked everybody, but obviously this fight would not be possible without Top Rank, HBO, the Madison Square Garden, and obviously the WBO. I also will disagree with my good friend Gary Shaw. This is the third opportunity for Juan Carlos Burgos to fight for a world title, and the third is going to be the charm. We understand all the challenge he has in front of him. Mikey Garcia is obviously a future superstar, and everybody's talking about him for a while. But styles make fights, and we're very excited for him to be here today. I've never seen him so poised, so ready, and so comfortable with any of his training camps. So, without further ado, I want to introduce to you the #1 WBO contender from Tijuana, Mexico, Juan Carlos Burgos.
Bueno, primero que nada, buenas tardes a todos. Es un placer estar aquí con ustedes.
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here today with all of you.
Quiero darle las gracias primero que nada a Dios porque Él me tiene en este camino, Él me ha dado esta gran oportunidad y estoy muy contento de esta oportunidad que se me ha presentado en mi carrera.
First of all, I'd like to thank God for this wonderful opportunity that I have, this is a great time in my career.
También quiero dar las gracias a nuestros promotores, Barnett, Thompson, por la oportunidad por la que han trabajado para conseguírmela, para pelear con un gran peleador como Mikey Garcia.
I want to thank my promoters, Banner and Thompson, for working very hard and getting me this fight against a great champion like Mikey Garcia.
También quiero dar las gracias a Babón HBO por la oportunidad que me están brindando de volver a pelear en Nueva York en un gran escenario como el Madison Square Garden.
And I want to thank Bob Arum and HBO for giving me the opportunity to once again be able to fight in a legendary place like the Madison Square Garden.
Bueno, quiero decirles que estoy listo, estoy preparado, he trabajado duro para esta gran pelea, para esta gran oportunidad que se me ha presentado en mi carrera.
I worked very, very hard for this opportunity, and this is the best time in my career.
He hecho una excelente preparación, la mejor de mi vida, la mejor de mi carrera, porque me voy a enfrentar a un gran peleador, a un gran campeón como Mikey Garcia, y eso amerita haber trabajado fuerte y duro a conseguir una victoria ante él.
I know of the challenge that I have in front of me, and that's why I have prepared so hard, the best training camp that I probably have had in my career, so I know who I'm fighting.
Físicamente vengo en excelentes condiciones, boxísticamente trabajé duro, trabajé fuerte, psicológicamente, anímicamente vengo en las mejores condiciones y vengo con la firme convicción y decisión de ganarle a un gran peleador. Para mí va a ser un honor y un privilegio el tener en mi récord una victoria ante Mikey Garcia.
I have physically, mentally, and boxing-wise, I am prepared. I'm obviously here to win, and it will be a great thing to have in my record that I have beaten the great Mikey Garcia.
Y bueno, les puedo decir que va a ser una excelente pelea, va a ser una muy buena pelea. He trabajado fuerte para ello, para dar lo mejor de mí el sábado 25 de enero y mi objetivo principal es ganarle a Mikey Garcia y ser campeón mundial, que eso es a lo que vengo a llevarme todo lo que está puesto sobre la mesa, que son muchas cosas.
I'm going to leave it all on the table. I have prepared very hard for January the 25th, and I didn't come here just to fight. I came here to win.
Y bueno, por último quiero dar las gracias tanto a Mikey Garcia como a sus representantes por la oportunidad que me han brindado. De mi parte vengo en excelentes condiciones y espero que él también, para que dar una bonita pelea que sea del agrado del público y de la gente que nos ve a través de sus televisiones. Muchas gracias.
I also would like to thank Mike Garcia and his team for giving me this chance to fight for the world title. I know that I'm ready, and I hope that he's ready, because we will, I'm sure, like to give the fans a great fight. So I hope to see you all Saturday night. Thank you.
Mikey Garcia is here with his manager, Cameron Duncan, and with co-manager and trainer, Robert Garcia, who trains Mikey along with their father, Eduardo Garcia. So I'd like Robert to come up and say a few words about Mikey's training. Robert?
Good afternoon to everybody. It's great to be here in New York. We love New York. I just want to say, that, it's great to be here. Mikey won his title here a year ago, pretty much exactly a year ago, and we prepare ourselves to fight and be like never before. Mikey, since there's been so much talk about Mikey's future fights, Mikey's been training and doing things that we have never seen before. Mikey has surprised me and my dad in training because of the fact that there's so much talk about future fights. he is very prepared for Burgos. We know Burgos is hungry to become world champion. He is going to be better than the Burgos that fought Rocky Martinez. This is his third and could be his final opportunity. So we got to be very aware of that. So that's the reason Mikey's very motivated and trained very hard. And I want to wish all the participants in the card good luck. Let's go out and give the fans what they want to see. Thank you.
When I was talking back of the room with the writers, they were talking about Mikey Garcia being a future superstar in the sport. There's been a lot written about it. And some of them said, well, does he have the personality for it? And I said, if you mean, is he a trash talker? No, because he's not a trash talker. He's a cop. Anybody trash talks to him, he's going to arrest. And besides, the people are ready for a great athlete, a great performer, who is a gentleman and saves his animosity and his violence for the ring and doesn't act like a thug outside the ring and doesn't flaunt and wave dollar bills or flush them down a toilet, but is somebody who is a true American, who really is grateful for where he is and knows that it takes hard work, and for the public to really accept him, he has to demonstrate, which Mikey does, great humility. That being said, he is a terrific fighter. He's been with us for a number of years. We at Top Rank believe that he is a coming superstar in the sport. It's a pleasure for me to introduce the WBO super featherweight, junior lightweight champion of the world, Mikey Garcia.
Thank you everybody for coming to the press conference. I'm very happy to be back in New York. We had a very good year, 2013. I started off the year here. We won my first world title, and now I get to come back and defend my title. We had a very good training camp, working with my brother Robert, my dad Eduardo, and Alex has really benefited me. I feel a lot better, physically. I'm in really good shape. I think training camp cannot be any better. I know we got Juan Carlos Burgos Saturday night, and I expect a very good fight from him. He knows what's at stake. He's very hungry. He's very motivated. He believes that the title that I hold should belong to him for what happened a year ago. And that's why I need to be in the best shape possible, because I got to take on the best Juan Carlos Burgos Saturday night. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for either one of us. I'm ready to go 12 rounds if it takes 12 rounds to beat him. And I do expect him to be there for a long night, because he is a tough, durable opponent. I think he's a very dangerous opponent as well for all those reasons, but he also knows the kind of fighter that I am. He knows that I have great skill set. He knows that I am very, very good in the ring and I can do different things. And it only makes for a better fight. Both fighters are hungry to win. I'm hungry to keep my title. I want to make sure I defend my title successfully and have a great 2014. And that's why we want to start this year here in New York with a great victory, great performance, pleasing the fans, and making sure that the rest of the year is better and better fights for me. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for the attendance. Thank you, Top Rank, my manager Cameron Duncan, everybody in HBO, everybody here putting on a great show, and all the media. Thanks for showing up, and just expect a great fight Saturday night. Thank you.
That just about does it. I want to thank the lovely ladies from Tecate, and of course the Top Rank Knockouts. We have Rosie here and Jen, and I want to say something. About 4 or 5 weeks ago, some guy wrote an article in the New York Daily Sunday News, and it said that boxing should be banned and that was based on the unfortunate incident that happened in the heavyweight match. And in that very issue, in the centerfold, there was an article, and it said, it's okay to ban boxing, but don't ban the top-ranked knockouts. And they had a full-page picture of Jen. So that's pretty good. She's, you know, she's both part Filipino and part Puerto Rican. So she belongs in New York. So thank you all for coming, and now we're going to pose the question.
Right here. Straight back. Tighten up. John, Rosie. Tighten up. Right here, guys. Where's Rosie? There you go. Right here. Bottom row. Hurry. Come on, Rosie. Right here, guys. Straight ahead. Watch the camera in the front. Thank you. Hold it. Good for that. I need Chris, what do you want? I need the two fighters and which one? Verdeo. Verdeo. Let's go down the line, Chris. Verdeo.